That's the world I want to live in, right? Not the world we all want to live in. So how do we do that? How do we actually create that world where that Christmas list is a reality and not just some far-off dream? One of the things I love about Unity is how truly practical it is. That there's actual practices and concepts and ideas and tools that we can use that enable us to actually be able to transform and grow and step into something that is larger than ourselves. So it's not just living in idea land. It's not just thoughts and prayers, but it's actually action and feet. It's actually showing up in the world in a new way. And that asks us to grow every moment. And anyone in here think they're done? We're not done. We're never done, right? Every moment is an opportunity for us to be made new. Every moment. I don't care if you are the 2.5-year-old who I think is in here somewhere, or whether you are older than that, whatever that age may be. You are not stuck. Take a breath with me. You're not stuck in whatever it is that you think you're stuck in. The job, the relationship, the financial situation, whatever it is, the health challenges, whatever. You are not stuck. Transformation is possible. Change is possible. And one of the most powerful tools to activate that within ourselves is Unity's 12 powers. So I thought we'd have fun today. Is everybody up for having some fun today? Okay. You know I love to go deep, and you know I love to do like rich, yummy ritual, but it's Christmas Day, and I thought it would be fun if we were doing something that's deep and meaningful, but also energetic and enthusiastic. Yes? We can do all of that at the same time, right? So this quote by Eric Butterworth really resonates for me. The true Christmas, the Christmas of the inner self, deals with giving oneself, which actually involves a giving away to our greater potential. It's a kind of birth of the Christ in the manger of consciousness. Don't you love that? Birth of the Christ in the manger of consciousness. A commitment to the continued unfoldment of the greater possibilities of our nature. That is how we make that Christmas list a reality. By our being willing to step into our greater potential. And so the 12 powers offers us an access point into the idea of our Christ self. So Charles Fillmore believed that these 12 powers, which if you look around, there are altars all around the room. So there's 12 powers, and they're around the room. They have colors connected with them. On each side of the altar, there is an affirmation that goes along with that power, and there is a definition of what that power is. These 12 powers, when combined together, become our most divine self. Does that make sense to everyone? So when we are able to access all of these, and we can think of these powers as capacities or abilities, it's what we are able to be and do in the world, that when we access all of those, then we are allowing ourselves to show up in a different way. Now, some of us may have an overemphasis in some of the powers. I don't know anything about that. Nothing at all. And some of us might have an underemphasis in others of the powers. Yes? So the idea that Charles Fillmore was putting forward is that it's through the harmonious balance of all of 12 of these powers working together that we're able to reveal something about ourselves that perhaps we didn't know before. So, the ritual. The idea, no, we're not going to do a meditation. I'm calling an audible. So the ritual, right? What we're going to do, and maybe we will do the meditation before we start the ritual, is you are going to get to, it's like free form. You have access to any of the altars. You have access to any of the powers. You can go around and look at all of them and sort of sit with which one. Ideally, I want you saying the affirmations for all of them, right? And so the idea is you go to the altar, you light the candle. So there's candles sort of scattered all over. You can light a candle if you want. And remember, when we light the candles, where do we start? Our good Catholics. From the back, right? We light the candles that are furthest away so that people aren't reaching forward and burning themselves, yes? So we light the candles that are furthest along the back, and we're lighting them off the tapers that are on each of the table, okay? And you don't have to light a candle if you don't want to, but you can. And the idea is that you say the affirmation once to yourself, and then you turn to somebody who's around, and you say that affirmation to them. And they say it back to you. I told you, enthusiastic, energetic, cacophony of sound and joy, right? So that you are affirming it for yourself, but we're also affirming it for each other. If you were here at last night's service when we were talking about Mary and going to Elizabeth and the community, when we come together and we are seen and we allow ourselves to be seen and we see others, and that connection is vital. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And in your own time, you can move around. You'll be able to go to any of the altars that you want to. The last one that I'm going to invite you to come up to is this one. And what do we see has been added to our Advent wreath? And why is there a mirror? Because you are the I am, right? You are the Christ, right here. And there is an angel card in the box, and if you want to take an angel card to help center whatever is alive for you as you are recognizing the I am that you are in that moment, all right? Does this sound like fun? Yes. Okay. So actually, let's do a little meditation. Jason, where'd he go? Are you there? Can you just, here I am. Can you just play the melody for the song that Cindy just sang, just to guide us into a little bit of meditation? Something from that? Yeah. So let's take a breath together. As we open our hearts, because we're being willing to enter into something that's engaging and activating and grounded in spiritual principle. This is how we're going to allow ourselves to grow. We're exploring these powers, these capacities that are ours. We're opening ourselves up to the affirmation, and we are affirming for ourselves and for each other the truth that each of us has these powers available and accessible right now. We don't have to become something. We already are it. And so in this moment, we get to, with joy and laughter and so much energy and love and open-heartedness, we get to say yes to the truth of who we are. So let's just rest in this for a moment as we listen for that sound within ourselves that is our most authentic Christ I amness. Let's rest here for a moment in the silence and just be the I am. And so it is from this space of open-heartedness that we step into this process of exploration and affirmation, knowing that everything that needs to be revealed for us this moment is revealing itself perfectly and magnificently. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. So Jason, can you just play some music for us while we're... And so the invitation is, in your own time, go explore the different altars, light some candles, affirm for yourself, affirm for each other. What is your true nature, your true name?